Welcome all soldiers to the Fantasy Football War Council's podcast. Here are your co-hosts, Jonathan Arneson and Daniel Gutierrez.
All right. Hello and welcome to another meeting of the Fantasy Football War Council. I'm your General of the South, Jonathan, and as always, I'm joined by my rival in the North, Daniel.
Yep.
And fellow Southern General, Mario.
Yeehaw.
And today we are recapping the NFL draft. But being that, so many teams, we're going to do it division by division. And today we are handling the North. And not just AFC, but we will do the NFC. So, and I think it's appropriate being the NFC North held the first overall pick.
Mm-hmm.
We'll start in Chicago. But
Love
first,
the synergy.
Right, exactly. And but first, let's start with the news.
So, after drafting Brian Thomas Jr. in the first round, the Jags release Zay Jones without him taking a single snap or signing his contract.
Yeah, get off our team, right?
Yeah.
Before June 1st.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if they're trying to do him a favor so that they're giving him more time to sign with another team, but I think that's you don't even know what you have yet, you know?
Yeah.
Just ask all the scouts that call him Basket Case Brian because he won't reach out for a single ball. So,
Well, speaking of release, Mario has released the Jaguars as his own team and is taking this next team as his team.
I can no longer be a fan of the Jaguars so long as they have their current GM. So, in other news, the Raiders made a good move on a wide receiver. And to illustrate what that looks like, Raiders signed Michael Gallup to a one-year, $3 million deal because Dallas rehabbed him that whole time. Why not kick the training wheels off and see what he can actually do? He's got a lot of potential, and it's a one-year deal. Why the hell not?
Yeah.
But for $3 million, why not?
Not expensive at all. Yeah, I think it's a smart signing, and I think he did well in Dallas. So,
yeah.
Speaking of Dallas, Dallas signs Ezekiel Elliott to a one-year deal. I want to say it was worth up to $4 or $5 million. I heard.
Oh, it's not the veteran minimum?
No, but good for Zeke.
Good for Zeke.
Yeah,
He can afford one more Ferrari.
Hey, got to retire somehow. So.
Speaking of Ferraris, Travis Kelce gets a 2-year, $34.5 million contract reworking. It is not necessarily an extension. They just reworked these next 2 years of his contract to make him the highest paid tight end again and having $17 million in guarantees. So they also front-loaded it in order for to have some cap flexibility coming up here in the next couple of years.
Just after they signed a catching tight end.
Well, I was just going to say he approached management and said, "Hey, I'm popping the question. I need some money." So
he said, "Please, I want to make more than my girlfriend's cat."
Yeah, we can't beat those numbers, but we can make you the highest paid we can make you the highest paid tight end. How about that?
That's right. Yeah, the cat still makes 3 times his 2-year contract in a single year. So
yeah.
Well,
they're saying he may retire soon anyway. So if they're front loading it, they may have restructured it so he has less dead cap money in the end.
Mm-hmm.
And like we said, they just drafted a pass catching tight end.
Yep.
So they're searching for the heir apparent. Whether or not this one actually hits, maybe we'll see the last of Travis Kelce in 2 years.
Yep.
Yeah,
High probability.
Yeah, very high probability. I think 2 years is it's a good line.
All right, and then defensive tackle Christian Barmore inked $92 million extension with the Patriots for 4 years. Just all right.
Yeah. Throw money at him. Yeah.
Why not? So
he's like the best player on their team that's coming up on contract right now, so it's probably a good move for them.
it's a great move, especially if it's front loaded. The thing is, I've heard so many comments about Belichick being out, and so now with Belichick gone, the checkbook's coming out.
Yeah.
And everyone's like, Brady was killing and cutting his paycheck over and over and over again to try to make some of these moves. Belichick retires, Gerard Mayo's in, and they're just like, here's the checkbook. Fix the team.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Big giant contracts don't always do it, so we'll see how they do.
He's been quietly very good and developing. So I think it's worth it, especially in 4 years, what that's going to be worth. Some of these guys are almost making, $30 million a year. So I think they got ahead of it before he's a household name and was able to get a deal, So I think that's a good move for the Patriots. They got the money anyways.
Yeah,
Solid
100%.
player. Solid player.
Yeah,
so.
And we're looking at the possible cap increase of $22 million each year for the next 2 years, and players' agents go off a percentage per position. So that's going to increase a lot of people's salaries.
Mm-hmm.
And getting ahead of it's super smart. I'd be signing as many contracts as possible this year after the $30 million bump.
Mm-hmm.
Agreed.
Well, I think we saw a lot of that. It changed this year's first round because of that team seeking to draft according to owning somebody for the 4 years with the possibility of the 5th year.
Yep.
For that very reason. Yeah. So
big time. It was kind of surprising that cornerbacks lasted as long as they did toward the back, but I think Buffalo really led the way in showing what we thought about DBs, though.
Well, it really pushed a lot of good players down the draft, right?
It sure did, man.
Buffalo. We'll get into that. Just conceding to Kansas City over and over again. They are the ones that traded out to give him Patrick Mahomes, and now they trade out to give him Xavier Worthy.
Yeah. It's. I think Buffalo is just Kansas City's bitch. That's really what it is.
That's pretty much.
All right, and our final news blurb. Speaking of Buffalo, the Buffalo Bills sign undrafted rookie Frank Gore Jr., son of legend Frank Gore. So they look so much alike. See their pictures?
They do. It looks like
it looks like a young Frank Gore. Himself. Yeah. I'm hoping he plays just like him. So, that's a solid pickup, especially undrafted. So, all right, let's jump into the draft. First off, the NFC North. We're jumping into the Chicago Bears. They held 5 picks in this draft.
You could just give them an A from their first 2 picks. The rest of them don't even matter.
I agree. Yeah. I mean, they need an A. I think they have an A for their draft. 2 first-round picks, 2 in the top 10. I mean, everyone knows Caleb Williams, quarterback from USC, and then Rome Odunze, wide receiver from Washington. Phenomenal wide receiver pickup.
Do you look at that wide receiver core now? Like DJ Moore, Keenan Allen, and Rome Odunze? Holy shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's the best. I mean, if he doesn't break Chicago's 1-year record after having the same person who got Keenan Allen being there, that's just unbelievable on his own. Yeah. Plus the other 2, Yeah, he better beat
Well,
that record for the rookie.
with this many targets, he should break their touchdown record. Let's be honest. So
Yeah,
I
that
think it's
too.
only like 30 something for the Chicago Bears. So
It
it's
is
like
a
30 or 32.
Yeah, and they've never had a 5,000-yard passer too. And you know what? Like with the way that they've set it up for Williams, he could do that year one. I mean,
Yeah,
that defense is already extremely strong, especially towards the second half of the year. So like, Bears playoffs after what they've done this offseason,
I could
it's
see.
they've
I
done phenomenal.
I see this division putting at least 2 teams into the playoffs.
At
With
least.
At least, yeah.
at least 2.
Yeah,
Yep.
at
So
least.
Lions, Packers, and Bears. Minnesota's going to be fighting for it, but yeah, I don't see how these teams don't bridge that gap.
Yep. Agreed.
Yeah. Yeah. So we all have the Chicago Bears at an A.
Chicago Bears. Hey, baby.
Hey.
The Bears.
All right.
Ayo.
Next up, we have the Detroit Lions, or shall I say, we have the Fighting Dan Campbells. I'm sorry,
Yeah.
the Fighting Dan Campbells, known as known on the show here.
Yeah.
They
They're
held.
hitting the roids in the off season.
Oh my goodness! Well, yeah, starting with Dan Campbell himself hitting the roids. 5
Yeah.
picks for themselves as well: a first, a second, a fourth, and 2 6-rounders. And I say they nailed their first round pick.
Yeah.
And boy, did they get lucky with possibly the top cornerback in this draft with Teron Arnold from Alabama, right? So, what a phenomenal pick. Just strengthening a really
24.
already good defense. Yeah, at 24. Again, all the players that dropped. Because, I mean, and that and Philadelphia was another one that shocked me. They got really good players really late in the draft because they had picks. So, man. Anyway, so we'll get to them in the East. But,
I love how they doubled up on cornerback, too, because that's one of their weaknesses. So, they take possibly the best corner in the draft with their first pick, and then they go with Aeneas Rickestraw Jr. out of Missouri, who I think is a pretty solid corner with a lot of potential also with their second pick at 61. So, like, they're just, doubling down. I love when teams have a need and they double down and still get value at the players that they're trying to get to, right? So
agreed.
Yeah.
100%.
Agreed.
Yeah, because someone may look incredible in college, and then you remove them from that same atmosphere, you just don't know. So you got to take a couple shots. Speaking of which, let me fill my drink.
While you do that, they came back around at 126 with a tackle, Giovanni Manu, and hit a defensive tackle and then a back with a guard in the 6.
Love this pick.
Yeah.
And,
Christian Mahogany was a steal, and he's a start right away.
Steal.
He's not the flashiest, not going to be a Pro Bowler, but he is a solid starter. Mm-hmm. And to get him at 201, oh my gosh.
Agree. Goff is a lucky man. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, invested in their line and in their cornerbacks, 2 premium. So they must have heard all the chatter last season where they were like, you drafted unvaluable positions high, because this year they did valuable positions and with a steal, I think, with Christian Mahogany at 201.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, impressive. Again, I'd give him an A.
I could throw an A at him. Just out of pure luck, I think they fell into an A. It's just because Teron Arnold falling down to him. That's just luck. Oh, my goodness. My goodness. But, I mean, the Christian Mahogany is a solid pick, and that's not luck at round 6. So,
dude,
I mean, I don't know. I wouldn't have faulted them if they picked him in the, 126 range. If they picked him in the 3rd or 4th round, he would have.
I could see the 4th round.
The fact that they got him at 6 is just insane.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
steal. I think whenever you say that's a steal, I'm pretty sure you're implying Luck was on that side also.
Yeah.
Ah,
But they still did good with what they had, I think.
Yep.
Definitely. All right, the Green Bay Packers are next on the clock here, and 10 picks. I mean, how could you not do well with 10 picks in this draft?
We've seen it before.
Well, yes, we have. Let's be honest. A first, 2 seconds, 2 thirds, a fourth, 2 fifths, a sixth, and a seventh. Solid. And with their first pick at number 25, sitting right behind Detroit Lions, they went Jordan Morgan, tackle out of Arizona, protecting Jordan Love. And this was a solid pickup. And, I think they did well from there on.
Correct. Despite the fact that no one had heard of Jordan Morgan when they asked the fans about it, he's a solid player. So they were paying attention to film and not what the media was saying.
Agree. And filling holes that they needed, like their linebackers and their safeties.
Mm-hmm. Cooper was a great linebacker.
Yes, Edrin Cooper, linebacker out of Texas A&M, was a solid pickup at number 45 in the second round.
Yeah.
I like their process, but I'm not necessarily wowed at their players. I'm really curious and optimistic about their first third round pick of Marshawn Lloyd, running back out of USC. I do like their second round pick, Javon Bullard, safety out of Georgia. I think he's going to be a starter for them right away. But I would give them a C plus.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
I think it was solid, but I'm not like wow.
Yeah, I think I was a little more generous, but I think you are probably a little more on the head with a C plus. I gave him a B minus, but we're not far off.
See, I actually thought it was really smart that they took Marshawn Lloyd right there because they knew he was high on a lot of other boards, and they have Josh Jacobs, but the way they've made his contract, if they have to start doling out money to other players, his contract is year to year.
Yep.
And there's no depth behind him because we know what A.J. Dillon is. He is not the guy. So you have to take a shot, and you have to take it ahead of somebody. He is from USC. I know how much you love that.
Gross.
Yeah. So
that's my favorite pick of theirs in this entire draft. He has the potential to be Aaron Jones 2.0. Right?
Yes.
Exactly.
Yes. That was a good comp for him as well.
Just like it took Aaron Jones some time, but and so that's like for future. He was my favorite pick of their entire draft. I'm glad that I think that's a great landing spot for him. The tools that he has, all of those things. It's just going to take some time, I think. The rest of it's solid process. I really like Green Bay's process. Doubling
it's all
up
depth filling.
Needs, tripling up at safety because that was one of the worst positions that they had last year. Like, so those are, I think, I love the process. I'm just not like, wow.
We're not wowed at the names. Yeah.
Marshawn Lloyd, oh, dang, okay. But I can say that about 2 or 3 players. Lions in Detroit, and they had half as many picks. So
agreed.
Yeah. So for me, I have maybe 5 names on here where I'm like, awesome. And Travis Glover, the tackle from Georgia.
I was gonna point it out. Thank you, Mario.
Dude.
Thank you. That was the name I wanted to point out.
Steal, and then
phenomenal.
The other guy, you can laugh if you want, but Michael Pratt was expected to be picked up in the second or third round.
Mm-hmm.
And when you look at next year's QBs coming out, the way it looks right now, it's looking a little thin. And so if you're going to get a backup quarterback, take a swing on, Michael Pratt was looked at somebody who quarterback needy teams might be left with as a possible starter for next year, and they picked him up in the 7th round at pick 245. That ain't bad to have behind Jordan Love as a just in case.
It's a solid pick at 245. Yep.
Yeah.
Solid. Agreed.
Yeah.
So I give him a B minus.
Yep. That's where
We're
I
on the
stood.
same
I think that's
ballpark,
where I
yeah.
stood. We weren't far off from Daniel either. We're not wowed at the names, but we think they did really well at just filling all the depth position holes that
Yeah.
they had. So
Yeah. They've got some contributors, I think, and depth. Depth is the thing. Yep, for sure.
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. All right. Moving on to the final team in the NFC North, the Minnesota Vikings. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 picks in this year's draft. 2 in the first. And it's not the original 2 that they held. They originally sat at, what was it, 13 and 23?
11 and
It was
23.
11 and 23.
Yeah.
Okay, 11 and 23, and they moved up, both picks moved up to 10 and 17 and finished off with J.J. McCarthy and Dallas Turner, defensive edge from Alabama. People thought he is one of the best edges in this draft. J.J. McCarthy was the 4th quarterback in this year's draft off, which we did have, 8 quarterbacks in this total draft it was? Was it 8? 7? 8.
It was 6 in the first 12.
6 in the it was 6 in the first 12, and then I think it was 8 or 9 because they had, but we didn't have one in the second. We had, they all started going later in the draft, and then we had another 3 go later in the draft. I think it was.
Yep.
So
That there were at least 9.
yeah. Oh my goodness, it was like 9 or 10 quarterbacks, and it was pretty amazing to watch this year's draft. Ooh, man.
And J.J. McCarthy is my favorite quarterback for possible ceiling, but I just hope they don't roll him out. Because he still has to work footwork so that he doesn't miss open wide receivers off to the left side. Everywhere else on the field, he can hit in a bullseye, but he's got to work his footwork so he can hit on the left side. I think he should do boxing training to get his feet together and work that out.
Those shoes together, right?
Guy's got a cannon, and he runs in the 4.3s, and he's his ceiling we don't even know yet, and that's the exciting part.
It is extremely exciting. Just don't throw them in right away because you could ruin them. That's all we hope not to see. So,
yeah.
What else excites you from the Vikings? What else excites you from what they did?
Walter Roos was a great pick, and Michael Juergens was a great pick. And
filling
Kyrie
up their
Jackson.
offensive line. Yep.
Yes.
Those and Kyrie Jackson. The Dallas Turner, I think they gave up a lot to get him, even though I really like the player. But J.J. McCarthy, Kyrie Jackson, Walter Roos, and Michael Juergens are that was awesome. So about half of their picks, I feel they nailed it on. Time will tell for any of this, but for me personally, from what I can tell, those were all players that I like.
They had to pay to move up, so they lost second, third round picks, and actually had to move down in picks. So their pick from 17, next pick was 108. And that's where they picked up Kyrie Jackson, quarterback out of Oregon. So, and then right after that was the Walter Roos tackle from Oklahoma. So I agree with you. I liked the Michael Juergen and the Walter Roos center and tackle pickups, both solid, showing up the offensive line. Maybe in case JJ gets thrown in the fire. I don't know.
It just depends if he beats out Sam Darnold this summer, which I think could be a possibility.
I mean, that's a huge possibility.
The murmurs are that McCarthy's been working a lot this offseason already, so that he's supposedly supposed to come in a little bit more polished than when he left at college. So
I'm sure he is. What's his name? Harbaugh. The way he talked him up, I'm sure he gave him a whole lot of pointers as he left. because he didn't need him to be that guy when he was in college with the scheme and everything. But for him to learn a new scheme every single week, the way Harbaugh doled it out and everything,
Yep.
yeah, he's and then the kid is tough and he wants to win, and so that's cool. But for them to give up as much as they did to move up for Dallas Turner, Dallas Turner is an absolute contributor, but with those 2 second-round picks and that first, I think I'm gonna have to give him a B+.
That's exactly where I'm at. I'm like B+,
B-, yeah, maybe B-, just because they did pay a lot to move up for so little.
They did.
And it was a top-heavy draft. I mean, they picked some good guys from here, great depth, but
true. But the Dallas Turner, they had to go Dallas Turner because they had to fill the role of Danielle Hunter with the loss of Danielle Hunter.
No, Danielle Hunter was already replaced by Grenard.
Yeah. Was he really?
Yeah.
Really?
Actually, yeah.
They swapped it. Houston and him, they swapped, basically.
Grenard,
I'm talking talent-wise.
Nobody's going to replace Danielle Hunter.
That's my point.
In his prime right now, you know.
Yeah.
Well, I know, but that's my point. Is you're hunting for the replacement. I know Grenard was the fill-in, but I don't think he was the actual fill-in. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. You're right. He's only Hunter at 80%.
Yeah. So, all right. Well, that's it for the NFC side of the North. Let's move into the AFC side of the North, and we start with the Baltimore Ravens.
This is a Ravens draft, man. This is epitome of
picks. Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, and you're not wowed. I'm not wowed, but there is one or two in here that I do like. I will say that. I do see a few names that I liked. I think they could have done better at 30.
Their first pick was someone who is possibly the best cornerback out of this draft, but huge question mark because his weight allows him to be manhandled.
Correct.
So it's tough. It's really tough. He's going to take being a piece in a team to really, really kick ass out there, but he shows all the football IQ. So yeah, the real shocker for me was TJ Tampa in the 4th round.
Yeah.
Falling to the 4th round. And
I like that pick. I mean, that's amazing. I can't believe he fell. I can't believe he fell to the 4th. Was amazing. Yeah.
That's my favorite pick of their entire draft.
That's what I love about their I love about their whole draft. TJ Tampa.
I'm not happy about that one though, because I'm actually mad at all the other teams for letting him fall that far.
It's so true. It's so true. And then I like Des Walker. I like the fact that they picked up Des Walker to stretch the field, and then they can keep Flowers on the slants and the shorts that he's good at. So I would say again just C+.
Yeah.
Personally. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm
good
get on
with
board
that.
with a C+. Maybe C.
Which is funny because there were so many badass Baltimore Ravens type dudes in this draft, and I'm looking and I'm like, I'm not seeing any of those names on this draft board. Wait, Are we sure we're looking at Baltimore?
Right.
Because this looks more like a finesse group.
Yes.
This does not look like a Baltimore draft to me. And Pittsburgh, when we get there, I'm like, that's some smash mouth football right there. Oh my gosh. And that Baltimore over here is looking a little feathery.
Well, I mean, there's got to be a shift in the division, right? I mean, Pittsburgh's been a little weak recently. We need to see that change. We need to see the steel curtain become a steel curtain and not a
A lace curtain.
A lace curtain in the. I was just trying to think something a little frilly in the.
Yeah.
A little frilly
Oh, but
something in the
little
wind,
frilly.
right?
A
Yeah.
doily.
A
Doily.
doily. A doily in the wind. Yeah. Thank you.
But yeah, I'm a
Thank
little I'm actually a little disappointed in Baltimore
Yeah.
for moving in this direction.
That's why I think
Mario,
it should be a C to a C minus, right? So
you nailed on the head what I was feeling but couldn't verbalize. It just does not. It seems like a lot of finesse players with the exception of Nick Samick, center for Michigan State, who is a mauler. The rest of
Yes.
this seems he's like the only like Ravens personality that I can see that has been drafted to this team at this point. Like
100%.
you're right. I'm like, wait, this just doesn't seem like a Baltimore draft.
yeah. It doesn't seem
Yeah.
Baltimore-esque.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Maybe it's because his brother's in the league now and he wants to give him a leg up. I don't know. So
he's got to compete with them somehow.
somehow, yeah.
All right. The Cincinnati Bengals on the clock.
Bengals.
Bengals. They held more picks than Baltimore. Look at this. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 picks in the draft. 1 first, 1 second, 2 thirds, a fourth, a fifth, 2 6, 2 7s.
Man.
Are you wowed? Are you wowed?
They shot their shot with this draft. They really did. They took swings on all the questionables out there.
They really did. These guys are either going to hit or tear that locker room apart.
Yep. Yeah.
I like the players, though, man.
I like
Marius Mims was great.
Oh,
Yep.
Marius Mims is a badass.
He's a monster.
But he's one of those people. There's so many question marks because of how few snaps he has.
Mhm.
And I mean, for your first round pick, I was
Defensive
hoping
tackle.
he'd go somewhere like the Titans because they have the offensive coaching to help that along. But as far as him actually being able to maul people and stop them and protect your quarterback, yeah, there are no doubts if he can stay on the field. No doubts at all.
No doubts. Yeah. Yep. And Josh Newton is a quiet steal, I think.
Yeah, all the way down in the 5th round.
Yeah, I liked Chris Jenkins, the second round pick, number 49. I also like Jermaine Burton. If he fits in, I think he'll work well.
100%.
Yep.
Liked the Josh Newton.
They said
pick.
that he's already. Yeah, Josh Newton. They say that Jermaine Burton is already working with CJ Husmanzada.
Yes, and I loved seeing Husmanzada at the draft.
Yeah.
Yeah. And another scary good pick is Eric All. They said he would have been right behind as the tight end 2 coming in to this draft, undisputed, if he weren't injured. He is the second best catching tight end out there. So having a friend for the quarterback there, they're taking a chance on Jermaine Burton, making sure he's a star out there to replace T. Higgins in the future, possibly, if things don't go well. Or if they want to slide all the way to the tight end spot, Eric All should be there. So I think they're shoring up all their roads in the path to a Super Bowl.
Yep. I liked the Tanner McLaughlin from Arizona. That he was the other tight end they drafted. I liked him.
Yeah.
But he was more blocky. He's better. He was more blocky than full on pass. So
and that gives you flexibility in the scheme, right? So
it does.
If you start writing more where you have different personnel, you go one or the other, and tight ends usually don't stay with the team they're drafted on. So it just helps the team build so you get a variety and see what fits best.
I got a B minus for the Bengals. I'm not wowed. I like what they have. I'm not super wowed, but I mean, I feel it was again filler and what they needed. the wide receiver position, they really went in defensive tackle and defensive end.
I'm
Yeah.
I'm gonna give them a solid C because they took so many chances that this could be an F.
It could
But
be.
if they hit, it could be an A.
You're
So
right.
I'm gonna split the
So
difference.
they're the
and
coin
go with a
flip.
solid C.
They're the coin flip.
And their draft, it seems like they realized that their Achilles heel last year was possession. They couldn't keep short possession going. So I think that they invested in offensive line and tight ends and a possession wide receiver to see if they can keep the chains moving, because that's kind of where they stub their toes. But that's what I think.
And I'm going to give them a solid B because winners don't play footsie. You know, you got to take your
Mario
shot.
would grade it. You take chances.
Yeah.
You're the man that takes the most. So
I do,
you shoot
man.
you shoot your shot. But hey, you hold your name on the trophy, but you also hold your name on the
multiple
loser's
times on the loser's trophy.
Yeah. So it's what happens when you take that
Yes.
shot, right? Your shot usually
That's
either it hits or it falls. So
Yeah.
that's
That's
all
right.
right. Good for you for taking that. It's a bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see how it pays out for him.
Yep.
So, all right. Next up, we have the Cleveland Browns.
D.
That's generous, in my opinion.
I like one of their picks.
Okay,
I love
let's see if it's the same pick. Let's see if it's the same pick. Is the same pick. Okay, so they held 6 picks in this year's draft, and not a single one was a first-round pick. A 2, a 3, a 5, a 6, and 2 7s. And what was your favorite picks, fellas?
85.
Michael Hall.
85. Okay. All right. We're on the same page. Zach Zinter, guard out of Michigan. Daniel Weewood. Yes, that was my favorite pick for theirs as well. I did like the Michael Hall pick. It would be my next best pick. Beyond that, everything else sucked.
Yeah.
That's just, and that's where I go with the D. The D minus, if I'm being nice.
Yeah.
Yep.
Michael Hall could be a contributor. Zach Zentner, I think that he should have been at 54.
Right.
And Michael Hall at 85, but they got them both. So, okay. But, yeah.
I don't disagree with that, but Michael Hall's been on a lot of the scouting reports, he is way underrated. And so I see him being a key cog coming in out of here, but
monster on that Ohio State defensive line. He played defensive tackle for them. He did very well.
Yeah.
I think he rushes the quarterback extremely well. He creates the pressure. And he, like you said, he's extremely underrated. And he should have gone. I don't know. I think he went right where he should have been.
I completely agree. I think this is where he should have gone, and they didn't let him slide. Mm-hmm. And that was good. So, yeah, C minus I think is about as good as I could give the Cleveland Browns, or a D plus.
That's too generous. Yeah, I'm sitting at a D. I'm just gonna go flat D. No symbols with it.
Give the Browns the D.
I can't, knowing the masseuse is there.
That's what the quarterback gives everyone.
Afraid to give it. Afraid to give the D.
It or not.
Yeah, I'll hand the masseuse the D. That's all right. Next up, the Pittsburgh Steelers, and we're going to give them more than the D. We're going to give them an A. Oh my goodness!
A++.
Throw an A+ at this team. This is an A+ in my opinion too.
Oh, for sure.
They did extra credit on this one.
Yes, they did. Yeah. They knew what they needed, and they went out and got it. And you know what? To protect your offensive line, protect your quarterback, and to give running lanes for Najee, it's extremely to go out. Troy Fatunua, offensive lineman from Washington, and Zach Frazier, center from West Virginia. First two picks, 20 and 51. These two are these were
Yeah.
some of their best picks, right?
Yeah.
I mean, like everybody
Yeah.
wants wide receivers, quarterbacks, and running backs. Here, I think they killed it with their offensive linemen. Just if I was a fan of the
Two
Steelers,
potential All-Pros were their first 2 picks.
absolutely.
That's the ceiling for these 2 players is All-Pro.
If I was a
Yeah.
Steeler, if I was a Steeler fan, I'd be going out and getting both those jerseys day one.
Yeah.
I ran out and bought both those jerseys.
And their second, third round pick could also be an All-Pro.
Mhm.
Peyton Willis, linebacker out of NC State. Yes,
Just need some time.
phenomenal.
Love him.
Hey, you're passing up 84. Their first third rounder, Roman Wilson at Michigan, wide receiver.
Not. It is on purpose. As an All-Pro, I don't think he gets there. But of this draft, they said the 3 top receivers with hands, Roman Wilson has some of the best hands you'll find anywhere.
And how do you help a struggling quarterback?
He is a possession receiver, very close to, and not only that, he is a he's a freaking ethics professor in the locker room, man. He is a go to work every day, day in, day out. Life is football, and football is good.
I had a healthy Michael Thomas comp. A healthy Michael Thomas. That was my comp. I really thought he'd be very solid. He amazing pass catcher. His hands are phenomenal. He's like throwing he's got glue on his hands. He's the guy for replacements.
Yeah.
Jacked off an elephant over here. Oh.
Yeah, he's you're absolutely right. A mini Michael Thomas.
Yeah.
But the dude is not a diva. He died for his team, man.
Oh, absolutely.
Absolutely.
He's a real down to earth dude. That's what I hear.
And back to like Mauler football.
Yeah.
Zach,
Here we go.
Zach Frazier wants to kill every time you put him out there, and he's on the offense.
Yeah.
You think Trent Williams is scary? You ain't seen shit till you see Zach Frazier out there trying to kill the entire defensive line. You're like, dude, you're not going after a quarterback. Who are you trying to kill? You're like, anyone who isn't running from me. Okay, Zach, go out there, do your job.
Jason Kelce. This is what I feel from this guy.
Yeah.
And
another guy,
Jason Kelce to me.
That's a good comp. He's bigger than Jason, but that's a good comp.
The way he plays though is fierce.
And then in the 4th round, Mason McCormick is another guy with that mentality where I just want to road grade and those guys in front of me.
Yep.
This is a very, every person is like a very Patriots player. And still, the Peyton Wilson could be the steal of the draft, the entire draft.
Do you know what his comp is?
Luke Kuechly.
Luke Kuechly.
Yeah.
Luke
that's
fucking Kuechly.
That fucking dude was amazing. Yep. No, if he stays true, that's a Luke Kuechly comp right
They
here.
just said that he's just new to the position, so it's going to take him a while. But the Patriot or the Pittsburgh fans, the Steelers have been trying to get that next linebacker and investing so much in that position, and they might have just had this guy fall to them in the 3rd round, and will be doing that in maybe not this year, but maybe in 2 or 3.
And they had to pick up another possession guy after letting go of Deontay Johnson.
Yeah.
And so Roman Wilson is a huge upgrade in the locker room. He may not be as big, but dude plays bigger. So he'll block, he'll throw in, and he doesn't drop a ball. Yeah. So I mean, first 5 picks, Mason
McCormick. Yep.
Absolutely killed it. And the other ones are great compliments, but the first rounds are what the first round should be. Those guys are going to contribute.
Yep.
Oh,
I agree.
No. Pittsburgh
Ryan
filled
Watts, their last pick is just a grinder. You know, he could become a great player just because his work ethic. You know.
Yep.
So it's Logan Lee and Ryan Watts are guys that like high floors, you know, but you have no idea what their ceiling might be. So
Yeah, I saw
you know.
I saw them as more filler positions. Logan Lee,
Mhm.
defensive tackle out of Iowa, and Ryan Watts, cornerback out of Texas. I saw them more as a filler, but I liked their late round one that I liked was Mason McCormick, guard
Yeah.
from South Dakota State. This when you were talking Mauler and wanted to kill somebody with his hands, I thought you were
Yep.
talking him originally. So I'm like, yes, Mason.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I mean, like, and they got him at 4th round, 119. So just killing it
Yeah.
all the way throughout
Yeah.
the draft.
When that pick came through, I was like, how are they doing this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The steel curtain is
Are you
becoming.
kidding me?
It's a steel curtain again. Check it
Yeah.
out. They're building
Dude,
that offensive line you cannot get through.
It's amazing. And Troy Fontenot as their first round pick,
Mm.
he's so versatile
At
and
20.
and the technique and everything. I mean, yeah. And to get him at 20,
I
he-
honestly thought he'd go to the Titans, so I did not like.
he'd
Yeah.
be a top
Yeah.
10 guy any other year, but it was so deep this year. I couldn't believe they got him at 20. So, jeez, he's going to be the soft one with the finesse on the line. And
Agreed.
compared to like, please don't hurt me between
Please no.
Frazier and
no.
McCormick. Jeez. This is going to be fun to watch.
It is
Yeah.
Steelers football
People are
again.
gonna be like,
Yeah.
You're so mean, Troy. And he'd be like,
You're
I'm the
so
nice one. What are you talking about?
Yeah. They're gonna please don't make me rush the passer.
Yeah. And that in this one draft, they possibly got 3 starting offensive linemen
Yep.
out of 5, right?
Yep.
And that's what they really needed, honestly, because their offensive line has not been very
It
good.
was
these
all.
last
It was.
couple
It
years.
was. It was Swiss cheese. Their
I mean,
line was Swiss
honestly,
cheese.
I can't see a reason, barring injury, that these guys don't start week 1
Yeah,
Yep.
I
Yep.
agree.
with what they had.
All of them. All 3 of them. Agreed.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Vastly improved offensive line. This is going to be the best offensive line that Justin
Fields
Fields
has never
played
had.
behind. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
They are
Right,
doing something
exactly
that
what I was
Chicago never did. Yep.
Yeah.
Oh man. Okay.
Yeah.
I
All
hope he
right.
beats
Well,
Wilson
tune
with
in
Colt.
for our next episode. We'll have it here out in a few days whenever we can find time to get together, guys. And it's going to be the South. We'll move to the South. And that should be a fun one. So, mine and Daniel's team's in one of those Souths. So,
Yeah.
stay tuned. Right into the show. If you guys have any questions, off-season help, we are Dynasty Help. So, we run Dynasty teams as well. So if you guys need any assistance, we are here to help. ffwc23@gmail.com. And, hit us up. We're all here with that mediocre advice. Remember, stay tuned for next episode of The South, AFC, NFC. And we'll get that out as soon as possible. And as always,
Stay vigilant, soldiers.
Raider.